Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Ganit. This is Samir Sardana, and in this video I'll be taking questions of geometry from the previous year's ZAT paper. All questions of geometry from ZAT 2008 to 2021 will be covered in this series. This is part 1, and we'll be covering all previous year questions of geometry, and geometry has the highest weightage in the previous year's ZAT paper. Also, if you want to learn the theory of geometry, if you want to study about all theorems of geometry, I have given you the link of 35 free sessions on geometry that I have taken for students. These are completely free special classes. All you have to do is when you access these special classes, use the codes me.yt. Use these codes and you'll be able to access all of these 35 sessions on geometry which cover 100% theory of geometry. Now, I'll also try to explain the concept of the questions, the theory of the geometry, along with the discussion of these questions when we will be doing all previous years art paper questions. I have made a rough diagram earlier so that we can make a clean diagram in the questions. It's difficult to draw the diagram with a free hand, so I have already made these diagrams. In a triangle ABC, AB is given to me as 3 centimeter, BC is 4, C is 5. The moment you see that 3, 4, 5 are the sides of triangle, you can see that 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. That means it's a right angle triangle. So this is AB, this is C, right? The length of AB is 4 and point D is a midpoint of AB. When I say point D is a midpoint of AB, AB is 3 centimeter. Can I say this length will be 1.5? This length will be 1.5, right? Point E is on the segment AC. This is E. Point E is on the segment AC and point F is on the segment BC. The length of AE is given to me as 1.5 and the length of BF is given to me as 0.5. Now, because BC is given to me as 4, so can I say FC will be equal to 3.5. AE is equal to 1.5, so can I say that the length of CE will be equal to 5 minus 1.5, that means 3.5. And we are supposed to find out the value of the angle DEF. This is the angle that we are supposed to find out. So this is how you're supposed to make a diagram for this question, right? Now you can clearly see that both of these two sides are equal, right? This angle is 90 degree. Now let's assume that this angle is equal to, let's say, 2 theta. Why not theta? You can take it as theta also, but 2 theta will make our calculation part easy. Now this length is 3.5, this length is 3.5. Both of these two sides are length same. So can I say value of both of these two angles will also be same? Now this is 2 theta. Can I say that rest of the angles will have a summation of 180 minus 2 theta? And because both of these two angles are equal, so can I say each of this angle will be equal to 90 minus theta? That means this angle is 90 minus theta as well as this angle is also 90 minus theta. Now this is 2 theta, this is 90. Can I say this would be 90 minus 2 theta? This angle would be 90 minus 2 theta. Now you can also see that this side is 1.5, this side is 1.5, both of these two sides are same. So value of these two angles, the value of this angle will also be equal to 180 minus 90 plus 2 theta divided by 2. Why so? Because you can see this, guys, you can see that, guys, this triangle, look at this triangle, this summation of all these three angles is 180. This angle is 90 minus 2 theta, so both of these two angles are equal. The summation of both of these two angles will be 180 minus this angle. Now 180 minus 90 plus 2 theta and divided it into two parts, you'll get the value of these two angles, right? So value of these angles will be equal to 90 plus 2 theta divided by 2, that is 45 plus theta. Now this angle is 45 plus theta, right? Now this is the angle we are supposed to find out. You can see that the value of angle DEF would be 180 minus this angle 45 minus theta minus this angle minus 90 plus theta. This get cancelled. This is 180 minus 135. Answer will be 45 degree, which is option number B, guys. B is the correct answer to the question. Here is the next question. ABCD is a square and P is the midpoint of AB. So this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. P is a midpoint of AB. This is the figure that you have to make by yourself, right? I have already drawn the figure just to uh, solve the, just to make a Venn diagram, a more clean Venn diagram, right? It's not possible to make this diagram with a free hand, right? So that you can understand it a better way. So see that ABCD is a square, P is a midpoint. So when I say that P is a midpoint, right? Both of these two sides length will be equal. And because it's given that AB is 2, so can I say this length will be 1, this length will also be 1. Now the line passing through A and perpendicular to DP. So you need to draw a line, right, from D to P. Join the line D and P, only then you'll be able to make a line DP. Now line passing through A and perpendicular to DP. So you're supposed to draw a line perpendicular to DP passing through A. That means this is the angle which will be equal to 90 degree. Now these lines, right, intersect the diagonal. Now obviously it's intersect the diagonal DB at point Q and the length BC at R, right? Now we are supposed to find out the length of PR. Okay, so length of PR is what we are supposed to find out, right? Length of PR is what we are supposed to find out. We are supposed to find out the length of PR. This is the length that we need to find out, right? PR is what we need to find out. See guys, if I want to find out the length of PR, I first need to find out BP and BR. Now I know that BP, this angle is 90 because this is square. If I can find out the length of BR, my job will be done. I'll be done with my answer, right? All I need is to find out the value of the side PR, which is very easy. Why it is easy? See this. You can clearly see in this question, guys. You can clearly see in this question. This angle is 90. This angle is also 90, right? Right. If I say that this angle is theta, if I say that this angle is theta, now can I say that this angle will be equal to 90 minus theta, right? This angle would be 90 minus theta, and this angle will also be equal to 90 minus theta, right? Now you look at triangle, let's say that this point is T. Look at the triangle, right angle triangle ATP, and look at the right angle triangle APR. You can see that both of these two triangles are similar, right? Both of these two triangles are similar, right? As you can see that angle side opposite to 90 is 1, right? All the three angles are equal, right? This angle is theta here, right? This angle is common to both of these two angles. Then this angle is 90. This third angle is also 90 minus theta. You can clearly see that triangle ATP is similar to ABR, right? ATP is similar to ABR. So can I say that if these two triangles are similar, then the ratio of AT and AB will be same as TP upon BR, will be same as AP upon AR. All these sides will be similar in the ratio. Now we don't know the length of AT, we don't know the length of, okay, we know the length of AB here. Okay, TP is also not known to us, but we know the length of BR. Okay, we don't know the length of BR as well. Okay, but then you can also see that similar to this, right? This angle is 90, this theta, this is 90 minus theta. This angle, guys, value of this angle will be equal to, this whole angle is 90 degree, this whole angle is 90 degree. This side will be equal to 2 centimeter as it's a square, right? This is 2. Now you can see that this is 90 minus theta, this is 90. So can I say that this angle will be equal to theta? Can I also say that triangle, right? Triangle ADP is similar to triangle RBA. Okay, ADB. A is a point where the angle is made as 90 degrees. Is similar to triangle BRE. Is similar to triangle BAR. Is similar to triangle BAR. You can see that both of these two triangles are also similar because all three angles are equal. Now in this case, I can say that side opposite to 90 minus theta in ADP is 2. and side opposite to 90 minus theta in AB is also 2. These two side ratio would be same as side opposite to theta, which is side opposite to theta, which is AP, divide by side opposite to theta in the triangle BAR, which is BR, right? Now, this is 1, so you can see that length of BR will be same as length of AP, and the length of AP is 1. So the moment you get to know the length of AP is 1 centimeter, you can easily solve the question, right? Now, if we get to know that BR is 1, we are supposed to find out the length of PR. So guys, the length of PR can straight away find by applying the Pythagoras theorem. PR would be square root of 1 plus 1, that is root 2 centimeter, and that is the correct answer to the question. So the length of PR will be root 2 centimeter. This is the correct answer to the question. Moving ahead to the next question. It says that ABCD is a right angle triangle with AD being equal to is a rectangle with AD 10. P is a point on BC such that APD is 90 degree. APD, right? So this is a ABCD, right? This is ABCD. This angle APD is equal to 90 degree. The length of DP is 8 centimeter. We are supposed to find out the length of BP, right? And the length of AD is given to me as 10. Now you see that this angle is 90, this is 8, this is 10. So can I apply the triplet here of 6 and 10? This side length will be equal to 6 centimeter, right? Now the length of BP is what we need to find out. You see this, guys, this angle is equal to 90 degree, right? If I say that this angle is theta, then this angle will become 90 minus theta, right? And this angle, you can say that is 180 minus 90 minus theta, that is 90 minus theta, and this angle will automatically become theta. Now you can see that triangle ABP is similar to, at A we have an angle theta will be similar to triangle theta is angle D, will be similar to triangle D, DPA. These two triangles are similar. Now if these two triangles are similar, can I say that AB upon DP is equal to BP upon PA is equal to ABP, BP upon PA is equal to PA upon PD, right? What we need is a length of BP. Now BP is over here, right? Now we know the length of PA. Yes, we know the length of PD. No, we don't. Yes, we know the length of PD also. So what you do is use this ratio, right? BP is what I need to find out. BP upon PA. The length of PA is 6 is equal to 6 upon, what is PD? It is 8. So the length of BP, guys, is equal to 36 upon 8, which is 9 by 2. So the length of BP will be equal to 4.5. 36 upon 8. Okay, let's check the calculation again. PA upon PD. Let's do the calculation part again, guys. Let's check the angles here, right? See that we are supposed to make the triangle ABP similar to triangle DPA, right? Triangle ABP, right? This triangle. Now angle A is same as angle D, right? So therefore I'm writing down the first alphabet as D, then B is 90 degrees, second alpha has to be P, and third is 90 minus theta, which is P. So this is A, right? This is correct. So side opposite to theta here is BP in this triangle. Side opposite to theta is AP here. Now BP upon AP will be equal to side opposite to 90 minus theta, side opposite to 90 minus theta. Okay, we do not know the side opposite to 90 minus theta, so let's take the side opposite to 90. Side opposite to 90 is AP again, and side opposite to 90. Okay, sorry, this is a mistake that we have done. This is supposed to be AD, right? So AP upon the side opposite to 90, which is a 10. This is a mistake that I have done, guys. So this would be AP upon AD basically. So the length of BP will be equal to AP multiplied by AP upon AD, right? Which is AP is 6, 6 into 6, 36, 36 upon 10, answer will be equal to 36 upon 10, the answer will be equal to 3.6, right? So answer is D option. 36 upon 10, that is 3.6, so the length of BP will be equal to 3.6 and D is the correct answer of the question. Next question number 4. A tank internally measuring 150 centimeter into 120 centimeter into 100 centimeter has this much water in it. Now it's not given that it's full, right? If you look at the whole capacity of the tank, it is 150 into 120 into 100. Out of this much water is already present inside the tank. The porous bricks are placed in the water until the tank is filled up to its brim. Now each brick absorbs 1/10 of the volume of the water. How many bricks of 20 into 6 into 4 can be put in the tank without spilling over the water? So guys, volume of the tank is 150 into 120 into 100. This is the volume of the tank, right? Out of this much volume of the tank, this much water is already present. So can I say this is a free capacity inside the tank? Now this free capacity should be equal to the volume of the bricks. Now each volume, the volume of the brick is 20 into 6 into 4. This is the volume of one brick. Let's say that n is a number of bricks that I'm placing. But then it also says that every times you place a brick inside the tank, it absorbs 1/10 of its volume. If it absorbs 1/10 of its volume, that means it ultimately consumes 90% of its volume. The space that is required to place a brick inside the tank will be equal to 90% of this volume. So that means 90% of this volume will be required by one brick. Let's say we have n number of bricks. These n bricks will occupy this much free space, right? This much free space. Total space minus the water which is already present inside the tank. Now, this is what we are supposed to solve, and we'll get our answer, right? 150 into 12 is 180, followed by 40 minus 1281 minus 1281 6000 is equal to n into 480 multiplied by 90 upon 100, right? Now let's do this. This is 10 minus 6 would be 4, 9 minus 1 would be 8, 9 minus 8 1, 7 minus 2 5. This is equal to 9 into 480 into 90 by 100, right? Now guys, let's solve this, right? So you can see that n will be equal to 518400 multiplied by 100 divided by 480 into 90. These two 0 will get cancelled. This would be 9 into 5 45, 45 6, 9 into 7 63 into 6, right? Okay. Now this you can see that will cancel it on 1200, right? So the now answer of the question would be B option, right? That is 1200, guys. This is the correct answer of the question, guys. Just a minute. Now let's do the question number 5 here, guys. Very important and beautiful question, guys. Let's have a look at this question. Two circles of radius 1 centimeter touch at the point P. So you can see that these are two circles, right? Now both of them are having the radius of 1 and they're touching each other at the point P, right? There's a figure that you have to make. So first you will draw this figure. Then this is the second figure that you need to draw, and both of these two touch each other at point P. Now a third circle is drawn through the point ABC such that PA is the diameter of the first circle, right? So take a point A here. PA is supposed to be the diameter of the first circle, and BC, which is a perpendicular to AP, which is the perpendicular to the extended, it would be actually extended side AP, right? It's perpendicular to this, is the diameter of the second circle. Now the radius of the third circle is what? So you are drawing a third circle which is passing through the points ABC. Now if I'm taking a third circle which is passing through the point ABC, that circle will actually be the circumcircle of the triangle ABC, right? Circumcircle of triangle ABC, because if you're taking, if BC is perpendicular to AB, PA is the diameter of the first circle, BC is the diameter of second circle, it's perpendicular to each other. This is center of the first circle, let's say this is the center Q of the second circle. This radius is 1, this radius is 1, this is 1, this is 1, right? What we are supposed to find out, is the radius of the third circle which is passing through ABC. You see that the third circle which will be passing through ABC is basically the circumcircle, right? Now if I want to find out the radius of the circumcircle, right, I can simply apply the formula, right? That radius of the triangle, of the circle, which is a circumcircle of the triangle ABC, right? We know that area of triangle ABC is A into B into C upon 4R, right? So if I get to know the side length, I'll be able to get my answer. Now this is 1, 2, 3, this is 1, this angle is 90. Can I say that this would be root 10? And this side will also be root 10. So we get to know all three sides of the triangle. All I need is area. You see that? Area of the triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC will be half into base 2, right? That is BC base 2, and height is 3. So area of triangle ABC will be 3. You see that? You see that? This is the base BC and this is the height AQ, right? So half into base 2 and the height 3. Now just put the values here. Area circumradius, right? Circumradius would be ABC root 10 multiplied by root 10 into third side, which is 2, upon 4 times of area of triangle, which is 3. This get cancelled on 2. This is 10 upon 6, which is equal to 5 upon 3, which is option number C. That's the correct answer, guys. So these are the 5 questions that I have covered in this video. I'll be putting more questions on geometry, right? And we'll continue with this series, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Easy Grid by Smith. This will cover your 100% syllabus for CAT and OMATs, and also a link of all my theory classes on geometry. If you have not studied theory, you can check, right? Please use the code SMIT.YT to watch these free special sessions. These are special sessions that I have taken, right? There are 35 geometry classes to help you with the theory of geometry, guys. Thank you. And please subscribe and share. Thanks a lot.